You don't have to have a boat to ride the wind on Georgia's lakes. Windsurfing is a growing pastime. If you're interested in learning the basics, instructor Chuck Hardin will be glad to help. He runs Whitecap Windsurfing, a small windsurf gear and instruction company on Clarks Hill Lake near Augusta.
Ever since I was a little kid, I really wanted to be a surfer. You know, I saw those guys on the waves. I wanted to be out in the ocean on the waves surfing. And I just always lived inland near this big lake here in Augusta, Georgia. And I said, wait a minute, that's windsurfing, surfing. I can do that. I can windsurf right here at the lake. The wind is pushing on the sail and just weather vaning the sail downwind. In any other board sport, there's one sort of balance going on. It's you on the board. In windsurfing, you really got three kinds of balance going on. It's you on the board. It's getting that sail up and keeping it up there balanced, but then you also got to balance the angle of the sail to create lift. So what I do is I use a simulator that's up on land. It's a bracket up on land with a pivot, and that gives everyone a chance to be on a solid surface and work on getting the sail up and getting it balanced. There you go. Does he see it now?
I wanted to try something new, and I thought about windsurfing, but I've never actually seen anybody windsurfing in person. I've only seen it, on TV shows, and I was very surprised that Georgia had it. I was thinking maybe up in the Chesapeake Bay area or on the coastline I'd find something, but not on a lake in Georgia.
Now, out on the open water, there's no rocks, there's no pine cones, so you don't have those reference points. You tend to be looking down, so it's hard to sense when you come all the way around other than becoming aware of that wind behind your back. And sort of feeling that.
Before these new windsurfers can take to the lake, they must demonstrate balance on the board.
You put people out on a board by them without a sail at first, so they get the feel of balancing on a board. Then I can bring the sail out to the board, which I have anchored to the bottom of the lake at first. Get them to see what it feels like to get the sail up and put it all together. When I feel like they've got it all put together, all three parts, I take them loose from that anchor on the bottom of the lake and off they go. Not fast on the first day, because usually we don't have a lot of wind in the summertime, and if they did, they wouldn't be able to handle it. So it's going slow the first day, but they get all of the basic tools they need to take the sport from there.
I started like a month ago. I'm trying to keep out my kids from television, so I'm trying to find them some fun stuff to do.
I hadn't really heard of windsurfing all that much until my dad started doing it, and I found it was fun, so we went a couple times a week ago, and then we came here. It's nice that it doesn't use up any other energy than just the wind, and you're kind of standing there, it pushes you along.
The most common reaction I get is they're shocked and surprised how well they do. They exceed their expectations about how well they do. It's not as hard as they thought it was going to be, and they're very pleased, and so they're excited with their experience. There you go, good job, now you got it.
It was really nice to hear why it actually works and know it before I got on the water.
I loved it. It was great. It was better than I thought it would be. I was a little apprehensive coming into it, not having the experience or anything, but he's absolutely just a great instructor, just fantastic instructor, and guaranteed we'd be up and sailing, and we were, so I was very happy with it. Yeah, I'm going to talk to Chuck and see when I can come out again, and I think this might be my sport.
In a lot of ways, it's safer and easier to windsurf on a lake. A lot of issues in the ocean, tides and things that can happen that you don't have to worry about on the lake. Clarks Hill Lake here is particularly well suited. I know everybody that windsurfs in the state, and they'll all tell you this is the most user-friendly lake for windsurfing.
39 miles long and with 1,200 miles of shoreline, Clarks Hill Lake, known to South Carolinians as Lake Strom-Thurmond, is the largest man-made lake east of the Mississippi. There are two other reservoirs located on the Savannah River, Lake Richard B. Russell and Lake Hartwell.